probably the most
Do we even have to
controversial
discuss
one.
this?
The
Do we even
Undertaker
have to
versus
discuss
the-
this?
Oh,
Do we
hold
even
on,
have
hold on.
yeah, Brian.
Hold on.
Brian, no,
Let's
don't.
just let Lewis go on this one. Go ahead, Lewis. Go ahead.
Because I want to hear your defense,
You've
Brian.
been waiting for this last week, so you go ahead. The floor is yours.
I can wait a few more minutes. Give me your giant defense on Hogan and everything he's brought, and compare it to the Undertaker. Give me that right now.
Well,
Okay. Let's compare the careers, shall we?
Oh,
Let's go with Hulk Hogan first. I mean, like I said, without Hulk Hogan, the WWE is nowhere near where it is today. He was the original. The Rock and Wrestling connection in the 80s, that was huge. Which began the first WrestleMania, for which Hulk Hogan was in the main event of. Hulk Hogan in the 80s. Let's go to WrestleMania 3 with Andre the Giant. Granted, they didn't have the best match, but they sold the event. All right?
mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan, the All-American. What did I say last week? White America will never forget Hulk Hogan because of the impact because of the impact he had. I mean, this man had cartoons. Yeah, he was in movies. I mean, he was your ultimate American hero babyface for that time when you wanted an American hero and you wanted someone for your kids to look up to. It was Hulk Hogan. So now we look at the Undertaker.
I want to hear this one.
The man had a streak at WrestleMania that will never ever be duplicated again. Nobody will ever have the longevity in this business again to have a streak of that magnitude of WrestleMania. Obviously, I was a huge fan of the Undertaker. Always have been. Even in the later years when everyone was saying he should have hung it up and shouldn't have came back as much. But when you look at the Undertaker's career, he was in one of the greatest storylines of all time with him and Kane, which actually created a Hall of Famer. The brother versus brother storyline. You see his last couple of matches with Shawn Michaels, Triple H, the end of the era match with Triple H and Shawn Michaels as a guest referee. I mean, those years with Shawn Michaels were some of the best WrestleMania matches ever. So when you compare both careers, I mean.
You don't sound too confident there, Brian.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I was just joking around. I was always gonna pick the Undertaker. So. I was just playing because you were so upset that Brock Lesnar didn't make it.
Let me step in for one of the greatest of all time, Hulk Hogan.
Oh my God!
Let's realize what all the stuff Brian said in the 80s. He was the guy. He was the one consistently selling out. He showed up for work every day. Then when he left WWF and
because he ran the work,
he transformed WCW for better or for worse, whatever we want. People went to WCW. People wanted to go to WCW, follow the money. A down south promotion that was never going to hang with the big boys, as big as WWF. And Hulk Hogan gave them that hope. I'm just saying.
How long did that last?
I'm just saying, Undertaker, Mark Calloway, Mark Callis
left
WCW. Left WCW. He wasn't the main attraction in WCW. He was just another guy in WCW. Hulk Hogan made the NWO. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of the NWO, but the NWO, how many people were saying for life, too sweet, wanted to be a part of the NWO. As much as we hated them, he was that guy. Whatever the work rate we want to say about Hulk Hogan is probably trash, he was the guy selling out. Everybody wanted to see him. But I can't do that to myself. I can't do it. Even with all of that of Hulk Hogan, I cannot in good conscience put him ahead of this bracket. I don't care what that does to ratings. I don't care what that does to future sponsors. I don't care what that does to my credibility. I am not making Hulk Hogan advance in this bracket because you want to know why? Because The Undertaker is simply better. That is it. He's able to work with anybody. He's able to go. He gets other people over. He's willing to work with young talent. He doesn't hold grudges. He's been world champion, and he's only been world champion, like 5 times? He didn't need the belt. He was on his own. He was able to get other people over. The streak at WrestleMania, which shouldn't have been ended, was unfortunately ended. But that streak was legendary. Like, every time WrestleMania came, it was like, who was gonna face him? Mark Henry got over in that. Randy Orton got over in that. Batista got over in that. Like, all the guys that he faced over that time, besides the Giant Gonzalez, got over. That's just the respect of the Undertaker that we have. Even into old age, Undertaker, to the Boneyard match, he's able to touch different areas of wrestling, wrestle anybody. He wrestled Rey Mysterio. He wrestled Eddie Guerrero. He's wrestled AJ Styles, smaller guys, and gotten them over, for better or worse. Whatever the case may be, give me the Undertaker. Give me the Undertaker.
Thank you. As I predicted, Hulk Hogan would not make it past the first round. And again, I will not deny that he was at the very beginning and he carried the company on his back. We also know he kind of got his own way majority of the time. But yes, this man was everywhere and was synonymous with wrestling. He's literally on the fucking intro of every WrestleMania, every WWE. But for me, he just never did it for me. I didn't like the logo. I didn't eat my vitamins. I didn't, when he did the luchador, America, the mask. The coolest thing he probably had was that painted on black beard that he had. That was probably the coolest.
That's when he fought Macho Man at he fought Macho Man at Halloween Havoc. When he was a movie star.
And I don't care. I'm sorry. Still compared to Brock Lesnar, Hulk Hogan's legacy afterwards is just tarnished for me.
Brock wouldn't have made it to the next round against the Undertaker either. So
that's fine. But that's fine. He still deserves to be in there. More than this man.
Although true, he still deserves to be in the bracket.
Yes. Come on now. So you telling me between Hulk Hogan and him, you still choose Hulk Hogan, Brian?
Yeah, in the top 16. Yeah, I do. The impact.
Anywho, I'm not changing
the cultural impact in the 80s and early 90s.